It's time for our first phonics assessment. This is different from a lesson, so when we start to review our sounds on our first section, you're not going to say the letter that makes the sound like we normally do. You're just going to listen carefully to hear what sound I'm making, and then you're going to think about the sound and write the letter on the blank. We're not going to say it aloud like we do in the lessons, okay? So be careful. I know it's going to be a little confusing, but try not to say it aloud, okay? Here we go. All right, what sound do you hear? Number 1, listen carefully. D. D. Write the letter that makes that sound on the line next to number 1. D. Number 2, A. A. Write the letter that makes the A sound on the line next to number 2. Number 3. F. F. Write the letter that makes the sound F on the line next to number 3. Number 4. N. N. Write the letter that makes the sound N on the line next to number 4. Number 5. P. P. Write the letter that makes the sound P on the line next to number 5. Good. On this section of your phonics assessment where you see the key, you're going to be drawing a line from the letter to its keyword picture. Remember those keyword pictures we talked about all week? Yeah, those are the ones you need to be thinking of. So when you see the letter, you need to find the picture that matches the letter. And here's a hint. The name of the picture is going to start with the same sound that that letter makes. So that should help you be able to match them correctly. Okay? Go ahead and do that now for number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right? Go ahead. I see the magnifying glass, so you know what this next section is. This is where you're going to be word detectives and code the vowels in each one of these words and think about it in your head how you would say that word. Remember, this is a test, so we're not going to say it aloud. So just think about it in your head. So go ahead and code the vowels for each one on number 11, 12, and 13 and think about how you would say those words in your head. Go ahead and do that now. For section 4, I see that first place ribbon, so that helps us know on this section we're going to be thinking about the sound that comes first. Okay? For each one, I'm going to say 4 words, and I want you to listen very carefully and decide which sound do you hear at the beginning of each of those words. Then I want you to write that sound on the line next to each number. Okay? So listen very, very carefully. Number 14. Listen as I say the words. Pig, pot, pan, pop. Which sound did you hear at the beginning of each of those words? Listen one more time. Pig, pot, pan, pop. Write the letter that makes the sound you hear at the beginning of each of those words on the line next to number 14. All right, number 15. Nice, new, nut, need. Listen again. Nice, new, nut, need. Write the sound you hear at the beginning. Write the letter that makes the sound that you hear at the beginning of each word. Listen one more time. Nice, new, nut, need. All right, number 16. Apple, ant, actor, add. What sound did you hear at the beginning of each of those words? Write the letter that makes the sound on the line next to number 16. Listen again. Apple, ant, actor, add. Write the letter that makes the sound you hear in the initial position for each of those words on the line next to number 16. Number 17. Dog, dig, done, door. What sound did you hear at the beginning of each of those words? Write the letter that makes that sound on the line next to number 17. Listen again. Dog, dig, done, door. What sound did you hear at the beginning of each of those words? Write the letter that makes that sound on the line next to number 17. Number 18. Fan, fast, first, fun. Write the letter that makes the sound you hear at the beginning of each of those words on the line next to number 18. Listen again. Fan, fast, first, fun. What sound did you hear in the initial position? Write the letter that makes that sound on the line next to number 18. Good job. On section 5, we're practicing letter recognition. For each one, I want you to tell me the letter that you see. Okay? Number 19, which letter is that? Number 20, what letter is this? Number 21, which letter do you see? Number 22, what is this letter? And number 23, what letter is that? All right, good. All right, on section 6, we're going to be doing our high frequency words, just like we've practiced all week. So for each number, you're going to tell me the word that you see written there, okay? Number 24, what word is this? Number 25, read this word for me. Number 26, read this word. Number 27, read this word. And number 28, read this word. Good. Section 7 is sentence dictation. I'm going to say a sentence to you and you're going to write it on the lines next to number 29 and then another sentence on the lines next to number 30. For each one, you need to listen carefully to the words. These are short sentences to start off with, but you also need to remember that when we start a sentence, what do we start it with? A capital letter. So make sure the very first word that we write starts with a capital letter. And then in between each word, you need to make sure you leave a space so that you can tell the difference between each word. Okay? And then lastly, what does our sentences always have to end with? They have to have a period or a punctuation mark. So make sure you put that punctuation mark at the end. Okay? This is our first time doing this, so I'll kind of help you with it as we go, okay? All right, number 29, listen carefully to this sentence. I am it. I am it. Okay, your first word is I, so make sure that you start that with a capital letter. Then leave a space. Write the word am. leave another space, and write your last word, which is it. Then make sure you put a period at the end. All right, your sentence is, I am it. I am it. Make sure you start it with your capital letter. You put a space between each word and end it with a period. I am it. All right, one more, number 30. This sentence is, pin it on. Pin it on. Your first word is pin, so make sure you start it with a capital letter. Pin it on. After the word pin, make sure you leave a space before you write the word it. Then leave another space after it and write the last word of the sentence, which is on. Then make sure to put a period at the end. Here's your sentence again. Pin it on. Make sure to start with a capital letter, leave your spaces in between each word, and then end it with a period. Last time. Pin it on. All right, good job.